Siamo 5, siamo 3 italiane e 2 svedesi.
There are 5 of us, 3 of us are Italian and 2 are Swedish. My name is Lydia. I was born in Rome, but I grew up in Trent. I'm here in Sweden because I live in a community of the focolare. I would never ever have imagined living in Sweden.
È stato abbastanza semplice imparare la lingua.
It was easy enough to get to know the language, to enter into the life here, to ride a bike in any weather, not to be looking to see whether it's raining or not. I was always very preoccupied about my path in life, my vocation, what was the right thing to do. I grew up among the focolarini with this idea that focolarini are so good, they're smiling, they're always cheerful. Until then, I myself was attracted to the focolare. And among other things, when you find your path in life, it's a moment of great light, and with the light you see everything much better, including your own faults. And so I understood then that the focolarino is only a model to look to, because each of them is very aware of all their limitations. They're very normal people, and despite this, they give their lives. You may be more or less intelligent, more or less likable, more or less touchy, more or less holy too, because there are people who actually manage to love more. But we want to make sure that our life can be like an empty channel, to convey a light that we have seen, but not that we are.
The
focolare began to show that it's possible to take the gospel, the words of Jesus, seriously, to allow there to be a visible, almost tangible presence of God, and in a broader sense, fellowship among all as a universal objective. The focolare was born for this, and wants to be a sign of this in a society that needs this fellowship. My name is Maggie, I'm Swedish, and I grew up in a place beyond the Arctic Circle, 1,300 kilometers from here. It's the land of the Northern Lights, of reindeer, and there's a lot of snow. The sun doesn't set at night at certain times in the summer, nor does it rise above the horizon at certain times in winter. But it's not as dark as it is here in Stockholm. There's this kind of lamp we use to help your body in winter. Here in Stockholm with us in the focolare, we also have the married focolarini, Inge and Christine.
I'm married to Jonas since 34 years, and we met the focolare movement in a time of our life when we were very sad, because we had learned that we could not have any children. My husband remembered that he had some articles from the paper about focolare movement that he had been keeping in his cupboard for all these years. And then he suddenly took them down, and without any special discussion, he searched up this focolare movement that we didn't meet before. And he went there an evening, and he came home early in the morning, and then he said, I've been in heaven. It was not his usual way of speaking, so I thought this is really important. A bit skeptical, I joined him, and I was swept away by Jesus forsaken, who talked right into our hearts in the situation we were in. It was so different from everything in my secular world. I'm an economist, and I've all my life worked in the civil sector. I could talk about finance and economy and business in Sweden. I won't do that, because I think on the other side of the coin is this way of how we relate to each other. If we are going to become a village where people are happy, healthy, we need to talk to each other and look into each other's eyes. And I think focolare movement has the key to try to help people to communicate in a better way.
I've been here in Stockholm in Sweden for 7 years, and I was in Slovakia for 14 years before coming here. I really like being out of doors. I was born in the foothills of the Italian Alps. I left Slovakia, which is a wonderful country with very hospitable and wonderful people. And I left a language that I had struggled to learn. And I came to a place where I didn't know anything. The language was difficult. I'm a nurse and work in a hospital in a surgical department. And I like that very much. I work in a mainly atheistic environment. I'm Catholic, but here we're in a Lutheran country, so many people belong to the Swedish Lutheran Church. I've got 4 Muslim colleagues and others who are atheists. I invited them here one evening, and 15 colleagues came. I made an Italian dinner so as to build friendship. This is where Sweden struggles a bit in relationships among people. So doing something different to create relationships among people helps a lot.
Non c'è un focolare in Danimarca e neanche in Finlandia, allora viaggiamo.
There isn't a focolare in Denmark and not even in Finland. So we often travel to these countries. Sweden is a big country too, so we travel to the places where our friends are who want to share the life of the gospel together.
Stiamo andando a Västerås.
Now we're going to Västerås. It's about an hour and a half from Stockholm, and we'll meet a group of families who come mainly from Syria and who already knew the focolare before coming to Sweden and came because of the insecurity in their own country because of the war. My name's Maria Luce. I come from Italy, and I've been here for a little while now, and I'm trying to learn the language, to meet the people, get to know the culture, to love people. And now I've just returned from a visit to our community in Gothenburg, where we had a wonderful weekend.
C'è un'altra comunità, il focolare.
There's another community, the men's focolare, here with 4 focolarini. We work together a lot. We feel just like sisters and brothers. This is a special time for us because one of them has been diagnosed with cancer, and for all of us it's like our brother who is sick.
Questa serenità, da dove attingi?
Where do you get this sense of calm from?
I don't know. When I heard the diagnosis, I felt like a child in the arms of God, of Mary. Nothing can trouble me, because if God is for us, who can be against us?
Can you tell me a word that sums up the meaning of the situation today?
Essere popo.
Being popo, child.
Bambino di.
A child of the spirituality.
Il focolare, diciamo, soprattutto.
The focolare tries above all to offer settings and situations so that many people can experience that it's possible to live as one family, but it's not uniformity. And it can attract many people to live like this and then spread this life.